Hey everyone, it's JP and I've got a fun little earring tutorial for you today, and these are the earrings that we're going to be making. There's like a little pear drop. They're just kind of fun and cute. We're using filled netting is the technique we're using, or I'm showing you. Anyway, so here, let me just tell you what the materials are. You're going to need, you can use rounds in this situation if you prefer, if you don't have rondelles. So I'm using, these are 3 different size rondelles. So these are the 6x8, they're the largest. These are 4x6, and then these are 3 or 4x3. So you just want to be able to go down in size. If you're using rounds, you want to go 8, 6, and 4 in your size. And you should be fine. In addition, I'm using a drop. So this is a 10mm by 5mm drop. You can, the size of the drop really doesn't matter. It's kind of up to you. It's kind of a separate piece. It's not really beaded in there. It's just, it's part of the, kind of hangs down. So you'll need 3 of these, and 7 of the smaller ones. Then the drop, you'll need 2 of, well, this is per earring, by the way. So 6, 14, 2 for a pair. And you could also do this as a pendant though if you want, and it'll be a really cute pendant, and it can hang, you can put it on a long chain and it'll hang really nicely. You're gonna need a head pin, not hat pin, because I always say that wrong. This one's 2 inches, so that's a good size, is what you're gonna need for this. If you have some artist wire, you need something that's gonna stay fairly stiff and not open up. So if you have some artist wire, that should be okay too, as long as it's nice and hard and kind of like this. So, but you'll need, this is, so 2 inches or 5 centimeters, 50mm, something like that. And of course an ear wire. I'm using 11/0 seed beads, so you'll need a small little bit of that. And needle and thread. So I've used a 6-pound fireline is what I used here in the smoke. And just a size 10 beading needle. In addition, you'll need some, in order to work with the head pin, see, I keep wanting to say hat pin, you'll need some round nose pliers and some cutters. So, because we're going to have to make some loops down here that I made here and up at the top. So you'll need something, you'll need the needle nose, or the round nose to make the loops. Okay, so let's get started. I think I've given you all the materials you'll need, and yep, let's go. All right, so to begin our piece, you're gonna pick up the smallest of our rondelles, which are gonna be the 4x3s, and you're gonna pick up a seed bead and a rondelle, so you're gonna do a total of 3 of each, just like I have here. And bring them down towards the end of your thread. We're going to tie a knot. And just like that. And this is what you should have at this point. And then what you're going to do is go through the closest rondelle and go through, excuse me, go through the seed beads one more time. Excuse me, suddenly my throat is dry. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a drink of water. All right, so I'm back. Got myself a drink of water. Anyway, so I'm coming out of an 11. That's what you want to do. So just went through. My knots over here is where we started, and I just went through a few of these beads, and I'm coming out of that 11. And then what you're going to do is pick up 9 more 11s. So I've got 8 there, and this is number 9 over here. And I'm going to just go from this 11, I'm going to skip over the rondelle and come out of the next 11 here. Just like so. And then I'm going to repeat this again. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up 9 So that's 6, 7, 8, 9. And go into the next one here. Just like that. And once again, gonna pick up. There's 5. I need 4 more. Nope. I think that was a 15 mixed in there. Okay, so just to double check. Yes, and I'm going to come into the 11. That is, excuse me. I'm going to come in through the 11 that's between the rondelles. And then I want to go up into the center 11 here. So it's going to be number 5. Count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is number 5 right here. So you can see I went up 5. Now what you're going to do is pick up the big 8mm rondelle, and you're going to go into the next one here. So it should again be the middle one. So just make sure you're counting and making sure that that's the 5th or the middle one of the 9. And pull that close. And then repeat. Pick up another one of these big guys. And again, you want to make sure you're getting that middle 11. So just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And last time. And this time we already know where to go because there's already a just coming out of that 11 there where the first rondelle is coming out of. So we've gone all the way around. So there we go. You should have something like this. And now once again you're going to pick up 9 of the 11s. And you're just going to go through seed beads now. So this is the next round. And what do we have here? I've got 6, so 3 more. And there's 9. And I'm going to go into the next 11 over here. You can go through these again if you feel the need to reinforce. That's totally fine. I'm going to skip over that part just for the sake of time, but you can do that. And again, you're going to pick up 9. Eight, and I believe that's 9. Just double check. Yep. All right, and then come out of this 11 over here. And one more time. Pick up 9. And so this is the 11 right here. You got to make sure that you're getting the right 11. It's got to be this one. And come out of that one, that 11 there. And what you want to do is pull these loops, push them upward, like so, and then tighten. And this is what you should get. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, again, like we did before, we want to go through 5 of these. So we're coming out of the middle seed bead in the loop. So I've just gone up 5. And now this time I'm going to actually go down to the smaller rondelle. So this is my 6mm, my 4x6. And I'm going to count up 5, and I'm going to want to come out of that center 11 here. And that's going to pop into place. And then once again, I'm going to pick up another one of these and count my 5. 1, 3, 4, 5. There's the 5th one right there. And make sure that it pops in correctly. And the last one, so pick up another one, and this time you won't have to worry about counting because you know which seed bead. You're just going to go into the one where this first rondelle is coming out of. And so there we go, we're building our little drop here. And so now that we've gone down in size, I don't need to pick up 9 seed beads this time around. I'm going to pick up 7. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to go into the next seed bead over here, which is connected to the rondelle. So I'm skipping over the big rondelle, or the 6mm rondelle, like that. And this loop, you want to pull this loop up as you go, and make sure you keep your tension as tight as possible. And then once again, I'm going to pick up 7. And I'm going to go into the seed bead over here that's between the 2 rondelles. And last time, 7. And go through the seed bead there. And this is what you should get, these nice loops. You're going to go up into the middle one again, but this time you're counting up 4. So count up 4 instead of 5, so it's 1 less. And now we're going to go get our small little 3x4 rondelles and use those guys. So pick up a rondelle and count up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and go into this one here. And then repeat. So pick up the rondelle, then count up 1, 2, 3, 4. And last time you pick up that rondelle and you should know exactly where to go. It's this one here. And there is, we're almost done. So you can see how quickly that builds up. It creates a nice little drop shape. And now, for this last one, I've got to do one more loop of seed beads. So this time I'm going to pick up 5. And go into the next seed bead here. And again, I'm going to pick up 5. And go into this next one here. And pick up 5. And go once again, go into that next one. Alright, so to kind of give this a nice little finish loop, what we're going to do is go up 1, 2, and 3 this time. And we're not going to pick up anything. All you're going to do is connect the seed beads together. So then count over 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, and go into that seed bead. So you're not adding any beads. And again, 1, 2, 3. This is going to be the middle one here. And that just kind of finishes that up. Go into this last one. And that just kind of completes the loops together and connects it. And then what you're going to do is just kind of work your way down and let's see, so I'm coming out of here. I'm going to reinforce this a couple more times before I work my way down. But so I'm just going through these 3 seed beads to make that nice and tight. All right, so now just follow the path, go back down the seed beads here and into this one here, and then I can go through the rondelles and then through this seed bead here and then down. So I'm just kind of weaving the thread away a little bit. So, and I'm going to go down one more because I want to tighten the big ones. I didn't actually go through it and they're a little bit looser than I would like. So again, it's good to reinforce as you're building up the rounds, but this is good too because it'll help you. If you find it a little loose after you're done, then this is the way to do it, is just make your way down. So I'm coming out of this seed bead here that's between the larger rondelles, and I'm just going to go through all of the beads in this particular round and get my tail out of the way. And just make sure you're grabbing the right beads so you don't accidentally grab one of the beads that's part of the loop. And go through it again. All right, now I'm going to go through my 3rd rondelle here. And then into the 11 and back into the next rondelle. And this feels much tighter now, and it'll sit. So once it starts to sit, it won't, these you won't see these holes sit out. So again, if you go through it and make it tighter, you won't see the holes pop up. So this is, I got to tighten this a little bit more. But that's the issue. If you happen to notice that too many, the big holes in the rondelles are showing, it's because of that. It just needs to be a little bit tighter. And then just tie some 1/2 knots. So these rondelles have big holes, so they're a good spot to tie a knot. And we've already woven the thread through, so we should be in good position for it to not come undone. My tail is in the way again. There we go. Okay, so I'll stop there for now so the video doesn't get too long. All right, so trim the threads. And all right, next part, what we're going to do is you're going to take your hat pin, and so this particular drop is a little bit tricky, I found, because it's got such a small hole. And go ahead and make the loop for one side of it. So you'll need some round nose pliers. So, and make sure that gets in there because it does not like any bends. And you end up with a very large loop otherwise. So just be careful. As you can see, I'm already kind of making it a very big loop, but it's just this particular drop that I'm using. I think if I had a slightly different type, I wouldn't have this issue. But for now, I'm just going to leave it like this. It's not the prettiest drop, or the prettiest little shape there, but I'll leave it. And then what you're going to do is pick up one of these smaller 4mm rondelles, but before you do that, you got to cut off the hat pin, the hat part, or the, sorry, head pin, the head part. So I'm just going to take my cutters and just trim that and try to catch the piece. Okay, and there's this. And then take, this is an optional step, but I find that it helps keep this in, keeps this in place better when I do it this way. So then you're just going to feed this through. It should fit right through and come out at the top here in the center. And all right, so on this side, I've trimmed off a little bit of it, and what I'm going to do is just feed this through and then create my little loop. So you want to make sure you're pulling this up so that there's no slack down here at the bottom, and then create your loop. There's my loop. I just got to tighten it now. And of course that falls out. This is the trickiest part of this whole design, is actually getting that loop to close. And okay, there. Finally got that wire to move. And there they are. They're cute little drop earrings and kind of a fun shape to them. Well, I hope you guys like this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next one.